knew that was going to happen. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to our third and final temple day in this ritual portal. As you come in, I invite you to presence yourself, to let us know how you're feeling with a word. We've been in a deeply magical space, powerful ritual. We've journeyed into the heart, we've journeyed up to the stars, we've journeyed down to the depths of the underworld together in the myth of Inanna yesterday. And now my heart is longing just to feel you and connect with where you are, not just the physical place, rather the frequency, what you're carrying into this time as we have begun the ascent and the return of the light. We are now in the portal of the longer, warmer days to come, even though it is the season of winter. I'm just going to take one moment before we dive back into ceremony and just remind those who maybe weren't even here with us on the very first call where we sit in the cycle again right now. There's another background to feel into. We are here at Yule, out from bonfires of Samhain to Yule, and directly across from Yule is Lithia, summer solstice, the solar zenith. This is where the light begins to disappear again. So this time, this whole arc that we are going into, is the turn of the light. We'll celebrate the solstice again on the opposite side of the wheel. Light is longest and brightest. And now we are here in the very beginnings of that ascent. There may be some tenderness, there may be some feelings of, I still feel in the darkness, and that is okay. Whatever is here is welcome. We're loved, shadow and light. Many of us who are in an initiation with the Queen of Death, this archetype that we met consciously, she who invites us to trust and to release. Let's put a hand on our heart and just for a moment, I'm going to invite us to close our eyes again. You want to put your other hand over that hand, just breathing with your precious heart. I'm going to stop the music because I've been told it's very bad in the replay. So now that we're mostly all here, taking a deep breath with me, deep into the heart. Honoring this place of light, of love, of peace, and of truth. The purity of our sacred hearts, no matter what is happening in our lives and in the world, there is a part that is incorruptible, untarnishable, that jewel in the center of the lotus. So feeling into that with your breath, you can bow your chin and just breathe into the back of your heart. Opening any tightness for a moment and bringing yourself back to your original prayer and intention that you entered into this ceremonial portal, this 3-day ritual with. There are places in your heart, pure heart's desire, pure heart's longing. And just feeling into already what you may be more deeply recognizing and feeling. Perhaps some gems, some nuggets of gold have come from the alchemy already. We have this precious opportunity to dive back into ritual today. So feeling yourself leaning back a little bit, allowing the energy to ground, feeling gravity holding you. Let's take 3 deep breaths, and on the exhale, we'll release some of the tension, some of the tightness in our bodies. Deep inhale through the nose, exhaling with the sound of ah. Allowing the sound to resonate through your body again. One more deep, deep sigh. Dropping the shoulders, releasing the hands of light onto your lap. And just breathing in this moment, present to receive. Feeling what you carry into this temple. And that could be a vast spectrum of feelings, of sensations, of thoughts, emotions. Just presenting what is here now and what may be something you're willing to let drop, to let go of, that doesn't serve your journey, that doesn't serve your journey in this temple, and perhaps doesn't serve your life journey, that you know it is time to name it, to release it. And I'm going to invite us very gently, very, very slowly. Deep breath as you open your eyes and take in this gate of empty presence.
I am the gate of empty presence. What will you leave here at this gate so you may enter this temple space truly empty? And just naming that in the chat. Really feeling into your body. What will you lay down at this gate to enter empty? And I will just read a few. Self-disqualification.
Abandon.
Okay, so I'm just going to read a few again. Teresa says, playing small. Leilani, judgment. Codependency. Constant questioning. Releasing the illusion of lack. Leaving the disembodiment I feel from my body. Feeling abandoned by family and friends. Worry, anger, stress. Distrust, control, and holding back. Leaving looking for what's wrong. Pride, uncertainty. Fears, expectations and insecurity, failure, holding back, judgment, not enough. So just feeling all of this being laid down at this gateway. And just allowing anything else that wants to be written to be just typed. We can all presence it.
Thank you, Charlotte.
Welcome.
Welcome. I'm going to ring the bowl for the one, for the transmutation. as we name these parts that we recognize, these places, these stuck places, these denser energies are in the alchemy today with us for the one heart, for the transmutation. So as we continue to receive that which is being shed and released, we recognize that this alchemical journey is not a fast, quick, one stop pop and we're done. We have layers that we offer and we continue to offer with more and more consciousness. And as we do this great work, we awaken to something called the witness, the part that is witnessing the suffering of the small self, of the mind. The heart and the sacred heart, beloveds, is this invitation to come home. So I'm going to invite us into a short journey after the depth that we've experienced together to honor this place of deep, deep homecoming. Just as Inanna rose from the suffering of her shadow twin and her annihilation out of the depths of the underworld, back with more wisdom and love integrated and embodied. Let us come into the heart and feel this seed of potential for us to continue to dive into love more deeply with wisdom. So I invite you now, beloveds, to close your eyes with me again, leaning a little more into your back body as we have done, feeling the central channel as this conduit for divine resonance. The breath flows through freely, breathing deeper than you usually breathe, bringing the crown of the head back and the heart forward. Feeling this invitation to come inward through the breath, each breath bringing us down and in. Feeling the coolness of the air, you can rock a little bit, continuing to open the spine, feeling the energies flowing through the Sushumna with each breath. Bring your awareness now into the space behind your brow. Here, the light sensitive parts of the brain light up, the pineal, the pituitary, the hippocampus. Feel a brightening in your inner eye. Deep breath here. We invoke that the eye that sees beyond the veil of illusion of separation, the veil of 3D, the eye that sees beauty, true beauty as it surrounds, awakens. This eye, this single eye that sees a light behind all appearances, opens. And you can just feel a tingling on your brow or a luminosity entering in more, bathing the two hemispheres of your brain. And as you move back from your brow into the center of your skull, activating what we sometimes call the blue pearl, the pineal, breathing and visualizing a beautiful blue pearl, deep, luminous, spinning. Inside of this blue pearl, I'd like to invite you to visualize an infinity loop. And that infinity loop is a gold flowing band of light that starts to grow. And for a moment, feel it growing from the center of the pineal into the center of your skull until it begins to move fluidly between the right and left hemispheres of your brain. It's like a soothing inner massage, right brain, left brain, corpus callosum activation of the higher frequency of our mental body, opening to this union beyond right and left. breathing and allowing this inner flow to go both ways, just to open the channel. Deep breath, coming back to stillness in the center, activating that pineal through presence, seeing a blue luminosity. I would like you to feel this field of light bathing your consciousness. The language of light is our divine mother tongue. It works through feeling tones, symbols, sometimes sacred geometry. It opens us to sound. Sometimes it's called like light language. And just feeling the light bathing your consciousness, opening this time our starry crown with that peace and that wisdom, that trust that we have been cultivating. Feeling your crown chakra opening to receive the blessings of this solar light that is returning. Breathing and receiving the kiss of this light, knowing that you are receiving the language of light, the solar logos. And as that kiss of light, that touch of light pours through your physical body temple, honoring this body as it pours back through the skull, honoring this life journey, this moment to be here now, to feel, to awaken, to learn, to love, to see beauty. In this moment, let it lift your heart. Deep, deep breath as the light pours all the way to the base of the skull, bowing the chin, allowing the base of the skull to open up, and then lifting the chin and allowing the light to pour into the throat, honoring the body as this incredible gift to speak, to sing, to connect, to communicate, to offer our voices to this world, to weave that thread more consciously, more lucidly. We open to receive this higher frequency and feel it coming through, perhaps with one of the most rarefied frequencies of light in the 7 rays, the violet ray. Opening the throat, allowing this purification to pour into the heart again. Deep, deep breath. And back into the heart we dive, with the chin now coming down to open the back of the sacred heart. Breathe into that space that sometimes feels tight, sometimes feels covered over with a shield. In this safe and sacred place, we open. And now, beloveds, imagining from under your right back scapula, this beautiful masculine essence wing unfurls. This is the side of the body that is connected to the left brain, the more linear, rational, detail-oriented part of us, but it's also our beautiful sacred masculine essence and the light side of action and the power to create through that vector, that power that opens up. So let your masculine essence wing unfurl. Feel it in its full radiance. The color, the size, the shape, the texture, the kind of wing it is. It could be anything. This is your etheric heart wing. You get to play here and be creative. You can even extend that right arm and spread the fingers on that hand and just feel that you're stretching out into your aura, into places that you may have yet been incapable of expressing or expanding in your masculine essence light. This is the beauty of the inner fire and the inner clarity, and that part that is so needed to take action. So just feel that. Allow yourself to have that in this space. And then folding that magnificent wing behind you and bringing your hand back to your lap. And now diving back into the back heart, bowing the chin, breathing, and under your left scapula, unfurling your feminine essence wing. And notice how this part of you on the etheric may be different than the other side. Notice her feelings connected to your right brain, that part that is more diffuse, mystical, intuitive, poetic, receptive. Unfurling that wing and extending the left hand and arm, and feel her, give her shape, give her energy. Allow her to come out. You might notice one side is much more active or easeful than the other, and that's okay, without judgment, just opening to the left, letting her express her colors, her textures, her shape, her size. Breathing into that, beloveds, feeling the full magnificent, the beauty of your feminine essence wing. You can be creative with how you move your arm or feel that flow. And then folding that behind your back and sitting with your hands of light upward in your lap for a moment with these two essence wings. And we're diving now back into the center of the heart with that golden infinity loop, finding the place that you weave and blend the two frequencies in harmony to create a unique and new balanced feeling pair of heart wings for your energy, for your expression, and just feeling what they may reveal in this moment, honoring both your masculine and your feminine side, even if it's just a flash of something that is unique and different now in the balance. And we bring our hands of light up towards the heart center in Namaste and press them, bowing the chin, lacing the fingers over one way, and feeling this weaving we've been doing, this form of inner union between the left and the right. On our journey yesterday, we met the shadow twin, the dark, the place that may be denied, unwanted, abandoned. And we also felt how that lives out in our lives and characters in our reality movies. And in this moment, I'm inviting you, as you hold your own hands, to feel your own light and shadow, your own inner shadow twin held in the center of your heart, weaving that infinity loop between left and right, and then reversing the grasp of your hands, much like yoga, where it feels less natural. It's not the one you go to first, and weaving the other way with that infinity loop, left and right. And just feeling this prayer of wholeness, balance, union, harmony within, for ourselves, for the collective, weaving and mending the splits, the fragments, the tears. You can switch your grip a couple times and feel the prayer and feel the activation of this weaving. Deep breath, and then folding those new balanced essence heart wings behind rather, and leaning back, and now weaving your fingers together at your solar plexus, much like we did with Anana's breastplate, with her corset rather, with that tight gold that she had to release. And in this moment, we're just holding this power center, feeling the integration and assimilation in our core, the solar plexus, and feeling between the heart that is vast and open, spacious with those wings of light, And this power center that sometimes feels blown out in over caretaking and over giving, in trying to control circumstances, people, events around us, and sometimes feels collapsed in hopelessness, victimization, powerlessness. In this moment, take a deep breath into that chakra, into the side ribs, into the back lower ribs, into the kidneys and adrenals, feeling your central channel lighting up, feeling this connection between true power and alignment with love and presence, and with this breath, this ability to respond. And just let your spine integrate that through a few movements, a few breaths, opening to that empowered presence and love that is neither blown out nor caved in. And you can reverse the clasp of the fingers and feel that we are both weaving the above and below through the central channel and the right and the left. And now we go down with the hands of light to the lower belly and form a downward triangle. And just feel this body as the living temple of love, of presence, this magnificent place to land more fully, to bring this solar light, this soul light, this essence light deeper. Breathe into your sacral chakra. Breathe into the bones of your sacrum and feel the ebb and the flow of the breath and the spinal wave and the pulse between the heart and the sacral chakra. Feel this place that we are not separate, split parts. We are flowing and connected. And in this center of trust and intimacy, of flow, we place that solar light, this return of the light for our lives, around our walk, our flow, our trust with others. Intimacy. I am here without shame. I take my shame and I transmute it in love as shaman. We open to this place where there is only love and compassion. We bring ourselves present, no matter what's ever happened to us, no matter what we've chosen. In this holy now, the light is returning, and it drops down into the pelvic bowl, into the root, pulsing the root, and feeling the energy softening and releasing again any tucking of the tail or any exaggerated scorpion tail defensiveness that we've been in our lives, in our relational dynamics. Any place that the trauma response has lived out, we release it, spiraling in our root, opening and softening to the higher octave of resourcefulness, vitality, abundance. Breathing and allowing the energy to flow down, opening your hands of light again onto your lap, feeling the flow now through the legs, through the knees, through the soles, lighting up the soles. The palms of your hands are lit and they raise up to the heart level like your wings, while your roots dive deep into the earth below, lighting up the earth star chakra. And together we do this great work of bringing this solar light, this grace, this presence to this world together like acupuncture needles across the planet, plugging into Gaia for the one, rooting grace deeply here, down into the mother, down into her core, her heart. And as we do so, we expand both vertically and horizontally. And your precious heart is the center point of this axis mundi. Breathe into your heart, into the sacred heart, and feel that as you do this great work, you walk as a lamp lifter, a way shower in this time, raising your frequency. And so we lift it up to the great above with our hands of light to the soul star above, forming a Padma or chalice-like mudra with our pinky tips and thumbs. And we bring it slowly back down, bowing at the brow in deep reverence, devotion, honor, honoring ourselves for this journey of growth, bringing our mudra back to the heart center and feeling that which you are devoted to like a fountain, this bhakti, this devotion. Just breathing and feeling for a moment with us. You can imagine that this fountain is filling your entire field with light, like a mini star. I ask you to feel from the depth of your heart and from the journey you've been on in this moment, that which you are carrying forward, your North Star, your heart star lit bright, that light, that prayer. Really feel. We go deeper and deeper into the heart of love. We go deeper and deeper into the heart of love. Letting go into the mystery. Letting go into the mystery, we go deeper and deeper into the heart of love. Feeling that my prayer, this lifting of this light for the one, to go deeper into the mystery of love, to journey, to take this alchemical journey. Feel your personal prayer, this light you are lifting. And then we press our hands of light together. We seal it with gratitude, remembering a grateful open heart is a dimensional doorway. Even if there is only one thing in your life that you can presence and feel that you are grateful for, let that rise up in your heart now. Let that feeling, whether it is for the beauty of nature, a four-legged friend and their unconditional love, a beautiful, precious child or beloved, whatever you're grateful for, your health, your family, your community, let that rise up. Breathe that into your heart. Deep, deep breath. And then we slowly release the hands of light, and with a very gentle, very slow downward gaze, we let a little bit of light in through our lashes and slowly come back. I bow to you, beloveds, and let us take our water. Let us take these waters and drink of the waters of remembrance. Alchemize anything less than love. Drink of the waters of remembrance. Transfiguration through grace. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Mother. Thank you, water. Blessed be. And so I bring my beloved Charlotte back on with me. After that deep journey, Charlotte, I felt like it would be really powerful to share about Heros Gamos together. We experience some of these embodiment practices in the journey. And before that, I actually really want to honor whatever is coming up in the chat for you, beloveds, because that was a very sweet and deep dive into the heart we just had together. So I would love to feel what's alive for you first. Yeah. Oh, I'm reading some of the releases from before, and beautiful activation, integration. That was lovely. Thank you. Yes, we are here weaving and mending the fragments, the splits, the tears. There's been so much that we've been holding, all of us, in these times, personally and collectively. I feel joyful. Thank you. I felt my wings spreading as soon as I opened up the pineal gland. Wow, that was a precognition, premonition. Yes, deep, powerfully awakening. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Oh, it's so sweet. Amy says, I felt heavy-hearted on day one. Now I feel so much lighter and with love in my heart. Just witnessing the power of inner alchemy. You know, this is what we are up to. Our minds get so full of stories, and all our suffering lives in the mind. I had a shamanic teacher that used to say, give your mind to your heart, give your mind to your heart, again and again. And alchemy is truly of the heart. It is of that deeper connection to soul, to that place where we remember who we really are again. And I know Charlotte and I are both devoted to this path because of the personal alchemy and change we've experienced in our lives, and because of what we've witnessed as we're witnessing now. Oh, Richard, I'm extremely grateful to be in the same company of a great biochemist on the sacred earth. You are the biochemist. We are the biochemists. We are here in the one heart doing this great work together. It is never a singular journey. We awaken through sacred mirrors. I am another you. We are here together. So, Charlotte, I'd love you to weave your voice in. And, you know, we've been on this journey for a long time together. And we've been talking amongst ourselves about how at this time on the planet, it's not like we have the hopium anymore, that things are going to suddenly just get really easy and like heaven on earth out there. It's about what we bring and our perception, our presence, the way we walk, the way we choose to be in service and in compassion and to live in love in these times. And I thought that we could speak a little bit more about Heros Gamos and what the inner marriage is. And then, yes, Amy, stay tuned because we have something very special planned for the end.
Well, I don't really know what to add to what you've already shared, other than just this deep awareness in our journey of all the ways that we are being asked to come into union, right? It's our divinity and our humanity. That's something that's so deeply present in my own body, is this marriage of our divinity and our humanity, because the descent we took yesterday down into the depths of our being, that's our humanity. The grief we feel is our humanity. The pain we feel is our humanity. The love we feel is our humanity. And that happens in the vessel of our body, right? And so, but it's also staying connected to the divinity, to that truth, to that light, and this marriage of to me, the divinity and the humanity. So that's one aspect of the union that is very present in my own body and awareness right now.
I know so many spiritual paths talk about denying the body and the senses and suppressing those kind of old patriarchal religions. And what I'm aware of is in the divine feminine mysteries, we awaken through the body, through the senses, not in spite of them. And I think of the path of Mary Magdalene, the way of love, and the deepest core teaching I've ever received from Gnosis is the body is the temple, that we are not here to deny the body, rather to illuminate and anchor the soul light in the body.
Maybe it's like just an invitation for you all to find out where in your own life right now are you being called into sort of more inner union? Where does that sort of duality play out? The mindset of, say, victim perpetrator. Maybe you can just name a few others that are coming, Eden, but just like noticing where in your life you're being called into the center, into union.
Yeah, so what I'm hearing is for everyone here to really feel the places in your own life that you're aware of these polarity pairs that are keeping you in struggle, in suffering, in having, not having, being, not being enough or too much, these pairs that we in our minds feel, instead of the peace and the harmony of that union in the center of our hearts, and to feel the cost of continuing this kind of wobbling between these parts. It is part of our humanity. Oh, cute. Charlotte's cat has come to give us some sweet cat energy. Yeah. So Charlotte, maybe you can invite it again and just really feel her invitation. And I'm gonna look for something here.
So yeah, just feel in your own body and maybe put it in the chat so we can all just feel where in your life do you notice that you are being called into a deeper union in yourself? Where do you still see like duality playing out and you are being called to come in to the center? And let's just name a few places of what you notice in your own body in the chat. And Richard says, yes, the feline energy joined with the feminine energy. So true.
Yeah, and a good now I'm not seen, but I'm heard. A good
And you
key.
might have
Yeah, I'm just going to add to what Charlotte's asking. Good key is when we did our heart wings and we fell into these frequencies also of what we might consider masculine, feminine qualities. Where are you bringing them into balance more? Where can you own, like, I'm out of balance in one polarity or another because the world is out of balance. We're swimming in the sea of it. It's almost like the water we're in is hard to see how out of balance we get with regards to these patterns. For instance, here we are in the darkest time of the winter. I'm going to be very vulnerable. And this is a time to be in the feminine, in the inward spiral, in the rest, in the trust. And I'm in a launch, I'm in a push, I'm in a big like expansion now, which is actually kind of putting me physically out of balance, where I'm up late and I'm working long hours. So I'm looking at how can I come back, especially after the solstice portal, into some of that deep feminine rest, renewal, the yin, the inward more. So what is true for you? Where can you see that your life is asking for this inner union, this inner marriage to come into more harmony? Charlotte, you want to read the shares?
the boundaries in professional relationships. Simone says, in myself, I realized just at the start that I felt and saw the masculine energy as overpowering, overwhelming. and let go of that and surrendered to bring it in balance, in union with the feminine. Needing more union in my heart, says Angela, in my heart space and my boundaries I have in personal relationships, and how to weigh my self-care and giving to those I love. That's so true, right? That's a deep one that many of us carry, the overgiving and the self-care. Stella says, for me, the imbalance manifests for me and my worries. Right, so this is just an invitation and an inquiry for you to sit with over the coming days. And we also wanted to sort of begin to dream in, as we've come into the light, to begin to dream in to who you want to be next year. And now maybe we'll shift a little bit, Eden, and I will, if you've got a song, to let's just shift the energy and come really into our heart. We'll leave that inquiry of union just for you to play with on yourself, by yourselves. And let's bring up the energy a little bit and come into the hearts and that joy, and that as we come into the light and we begin to dream. So I'm going to ask Eden to either sing us a song or play us a song that brings the energy up and activates us. And as she does, let's dream in to who you want to be, who we want to be at the end of 2024. What qualities do you want to embody? You know, where do you see yourself? Let's just dream forward into 2024. And as we get sung to, maybe sing to,
I'm gonna play a song. Okay. All right.
And then so let's just dream and keep your heart open and feel it and allow that energy and bring an inner smile to your heart. So imagine your heart is smiling. Imagine what possibility is there for you. And let's just allow an image, allow some thoughts, allow some qualities to arise that you want to embody at the end of 2024, by the end of 2024.
And feel free to dance, okay?
Yeah.
Here we go.
focus on the way we feel. Here, now, all things are possible in love. Here, now, all things are possible in
We're here now. All things are possible in love. Yes.
All right. So now just bringing that vision alive, whoever it is you see yourself being at the end of 2024, what creations you want to have brought alive, what qualities you want to be embodying. I'm going to invite you now just to allow an image to arise in your mind. Just allow an image to arise that lets you know that you are fully living this, that this has been activated. And as you allow this image, this vision to emerge in your mind, keeping an inner smile in your heart, I invite you just to notice what you see around you. We're going to bring this fully alive on a sensory experience inside. So what do you see around you that lets you know that this has been actualized? And now notice what you can hear around you. What sounds are in this vision? Do you hear people laughing, music, nature? Just feel for you what you hear. And now begin to notice what you can touch. What can you feel around you? Maybe it's something you can feel you're standing on, something you can touch with your hands. And now notice what you can smell around you. And really breathe that scent in. Just imagine that you can really smell that. And now this one might be just a little trickier, but what can you taste? Imagine what you can taste in this vision. And so holding this vision alive, you can see it, you can hear it, you can smell it, you can taste it, you can touch it and feel it, allowing all 5 senses to be activated in your body, bringing this alive. Bring in a smile, even with your eyes closed, just bring in a smile to your lips. Feeling like there's an inner smile inside your heart. And just allowing your body to open to a big yes, yes. And just maybe saying out loud to yourself, yes, yes, to this vision. To what you want to bring forth for yourself in 2024, in this new light. And if you want to just take a few moments and just jot anything down that came to you, feel free to just grab your journal.
Thank you for that beautiful journey. There's a share from Amy that's come through.
I feel inner peace in the smell of my wood, sage, and moss candle. Beautiful. If anyone else wants to share anything, you can feel free to be witnessed in it.
Yeah, thank you for such a deep, sensually connected journey where I could taste the sweetness of life. It was just like the nectar of the feeling of gratitude and grace that I was embodying in that place. And yeah, so much peace too. Thank you.
Beautiful. We've got Kathy who says inner peace and hearing the wind chimes as the snow is blowing in. Teresa says freshly prepared food ready to be offered to women gathering in a circle where they hug and dance and laugh, feeling free and liberated. Yes to that. Angela says ocean, salt breeze, like-minded community chatter in the background, taste of lavish food and salty air on my tongue, feeling empowered and strong. Yes. Leilani, I'm a prolific and successful artist, sharing my work with the world, awakening hearts and minds. I am action-orientated and perfect balance with rest and rejuvenation, creating it in joy. Yes. So just feeling, I mean, I don't, every time I read one of these, you can just feel my own joy expanding as we're like, yes, yes, we all want this expansion, this celebration for each other. Yes.
And it's happening in the now. This is the amazing thing about frequency. As we read the share, it's like sweet medicine of the heart that raises our frequency. Joy is one of the highest frequencies. It's the polar opposite of the low, dense things we've been transmuting. We're in this opening to the gold now. So beautiful. Thank you for these shares. Ah, delicious.
There, I felt calm and serene with a warm fire, was smelling a pine tree and could see and feel spheres of light, creating with ease, grace, and flow. Yes. Tracy, I saw a lion. It's finally time for me to embrace my leadership skills and be confident. I tasted meat. I'm hungry for self-awareness and expansion. Yes.
Feel your yes for each share as well. This is such a powerful practice. This essence light growing brighter, this North Star rising together, this big, resonant, authentic yes for life, for our freedom of expression, our creativity, our gifts, our empowerment, being fully embodied. Yes, yes, yes.
Stella says, my brand new yoga studio is a great community for many. I taste the fresh tea after class. I feel grateful to be sharing the light. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Richard says, I am an elder of an indigenous tribe from the north. We are getting back our ability to be on our traditional homeland. We are regaining our ability to increase our stewardship on our life experiences. Yes.
Yes.
Just feeling the power of that. Yes.
Beautiful.
Okay. So over to you, Alexis.
So my question with this, really holding this vision and this frequency, is what will it take? What will it take for you to really bring this vision to life? What do you need? And I invite you to share that. What is it that you need to bring this to life?
Yeah, maybe give them a few examples, like what could help support this actually coming to manifestation fully?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to name that, like, for me in this circle, I visioned my current business and my current home. And Charlotte, on a retreat, really held my feet to the fire and was like, what exactly is it that you're calling in? And I named it very specifically, exactly what I wanted it to be, so clearly. And I named what I needed is to believe in myself. I needed the funding, I needed clarity, and I needed focus. And I named it, and I'm sitting here right now. So thank you, Charlotte, and everybody who held that vision with me. So I'm asking you, what is it that you need? Angela says she needs consistency, self-discipline, and connection to a supportive community and accountability. Teresa says, I just need to bring my mind to my heart. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful. So whether you're sharing it in the chat or whether you're just really feeling into whatever it is that might be standing in the way right now, I just invite you to really feel and to know that the support that you need is available to you. And that's really what we're here for, and why we are doing this today, is to offer you that support.
Yeah, I feel like coming on and sharing a little bit more about the incredible opportunity to receive more community, more support, more accountability, more sisterhood, and more of these practices that raise our frequency. As Charlotte, Alexis, and I have been on this path for quite a long time. I'm going into my 15th year. I have seen miracles happen. I mean, Alexis, I'm going to use you as an example. I hope you're okay with that. Alexis was in a cycle when I met her of feeling at the effect, very victimized by life and working for the man, and very resentful about it in the patriarchal system of just competition, comparison, dog eat dog. And she was very depressed. There was a heaviness and a darkness. She wasn't living into her gifts and her purpose fully, in her wisdom, in her heart knowing. And through this journey, I've witnessed Alexis not only take leaps of faith to break free of the fear and the conditioning that kept her in that suffering, in that mental victimized place, feeling like she could never achieve anything or be good enough, when it's like some outer authority telling her you have to jump higher, do more, whatever it is. So now, like she was sharing, through the love, the presence, the holding, the witnessing of this deep alchemical work. And one example she gave, Charlotte really initiating her to have wise, clear mirrors as initiators, is a rare thing. People who are willing to speak truth and love and go the distance for you. Charlotte held her feet to the fire and said, get very specific. What's it going to take to change your life? And this was not that long ago. There have been quantum leaps of change. Alexis went from feeling like she couldn't do it, she didn't know how, she was stuck, she was trapped, to owning her own home and starting her own business since this retreat less than 2 years ago that Charlotte initiated her. There has been real, practical, rubber hits the road changes that have come into her life from the deep inner changes, because everything starts within. Everything begins on the inside. So it's beautiful to witness this. And I know that it's not, like we said, one quick pop stop and I'm like enlightened and sitting and Shambhala. There's still life challenges. There's still challenges, right? The difference is we have more of a relationship to our witness self, our soul essence, more compassion, more presence, more love, more self-kindness, our inner monologue changes, the way we talk to ourselves changes, the way we treat ourselves and others changes. So there's a lot coming in. Yeah, this is a true story. This is, yeah, trusting finances will work out, trusting everything will work out. And more than just trusting in a passive way, I'd like to bring in the possibility that when you truly surrender to the mystery, to the divine directive, that this is an active listening, that this is a participatory practice. So, Charlotte, is there anything that's coming up for you to share? This is part of your journey too. You've been in this.
So I just want to, for everyone that's here on the call, to just, presence this powerful ritual we've been through. This, if you've been with us for 3 days, you've been on quite a journey with us. And hopefully you've received your own pearls of wisdom and taking away this beautiful vision. And there is an invitation that, we're extending to join us for a whole year-long journey in this work with 13 archetypes. We're at this gateway with the 12th archetype of the Queen of Death, the release. And to be held, I think there's this journey to sit in 13 moons, 13 cycles of the different archetypes, to be held. Each moon, each archetype, we meet another aspect of ourselves. So in this journey, we've met the Queen of Death. We've been asked to meet the shadow part of ourselves. We've been asked to meet the part of ourselves that's still blocking our essential essence from truly radiating. And each archetype, we meet a different aspect of ourselves. And there's something so profound about journeying through these archetypes in a space that is held to such sacredness and trust. And there's a safety in that. So for me, like to go through each year, it's been quite a few years now, and it doesn't matter how many years we do this, we will always just go deeper and deeper into our own self. And yet there's a safety here for me, because truth itself is safe. Truth is love. And the frequency of, say, the 13 moon mystery school that we are all ordained priestesses with and are devoted to this path, is not so much a specific lineage. What it does is it invites each one of us to step into our own truth. And it holds us in a safe container, a sacred container, to mirror to us and to reflect to us through the lens of these archetypes, our own unique gifts and our own expression in the world. And, there's a real power in being witnessed, being held, being in sisterhood, being able to transmute those shadows, those places that we still, stop us from embodying the true vision of what we want to actualize in the world. These archetypes help us alchemize, to help us see it, to help us shift it. So I think that's what I'm going to say to the power of this work. And there is an invitation for those that are ready to join us in the year long, if that speaks to you.
It is a deep inner yoga. It is a deep path of union. And the theme of this year's online training is inner marriage. And it is about that coming into the heart of unity consciousness that honors dazzling diversity. That's what the world needs most of all. This is what we spoke of yesterday in the call, the end of war within, the end of that splitting that we go into, the victim perpetrator consciousness, and the little to the big ways it plays out in our lives. The mystery school training is not for everyone. It's for those who are ready to be initiated, for those who are ready to actively step into the next chapter of their life in service. Like, I am here to be a part of this great turning, this great changing on the planet at this time. So it's calling to you who already know, I am that lamp lifter. I am in my heart that leader in love, whether it's in my family, my community, whether you never call yourself a priest or priestess, you know you're here to lift that lamp, to hold a clear mirror, to bring compassion to this world. And sometimes it's about what's in the way of anchoring that for myself first, so that I can naturally be that frequency in the world for the collective. So I know there's many listening live stream now. I know there's many that are going to receive this as a replay. There were over 800 people that signed up for this ritual. So I know that we are awakening together collectively and shedding veils around ritual and ceremony being something very like, over there and niche and occult. It's like our hearts are remembering we need sacred ceremony. We need to come together in the heart in these times. And sure, it's wonderful to do it every quarter for a turn of the wheel event like this. But what about in our rubber hits the road weeks of our lives in between? How many of us are held in sacred ceremony? How many of us are held in accountability? This is a time that this is possible for us. The mystery schools are coming back slowly. They've been missing in these dark ages since the fall of Atlantis. We are at the front of this wave. So we are here opening the gates and saying, join us. Join us. Feel the part of your heart that knows, I was born for this. I remember. And it is time. This is the time. So there are scholarships and payment plan options available. There are ways that I listen to everyone's story and listen from the heart what is true. And the day of the week that we meet is Thursdays. It is Thursdays from noon to 2 Pacific time. And there is always a replay. And the beauty of this offering is that there's something every week, whether you can make it live or catch the replay, and you will be held with your shares in a platform where you can then weave your voice. If you miss the live, you will be held with your vows, what you choose, shadow and light qualities throughout the month. Each month, we have a beautiful community system and a portal that you'll be welcomed into. So you will be held throughout the whole journey. And there's, thank you for asking, Stella. There are many of us now. There's the 3 of us, plus our beautiful brother Argon, who was here yesterday, the anointing priest he is, who is going to be a part of this journey. And yeah, trusting this power of alchemy. It is time to come in. So any other questions that come up, we are available. We are listening. We are here. You can reach out through the email. You can reach out through Facebook. Both Charlotte, Alexis, all of us are on Instagram as well. And we will be taking interviews through the holidays. Of course, we'll pause for a couple days. This is the time to receive that early bird pricing and to take advantage of it now. So feel into your heart. I know that so many of you were called to this because there is a remembrance, there's a longing, and there is that part that knows this already. This is not our first rodeo. If you're drawn to this kind of work, you remember this is a path of heart, a path of initiation. So yeah, we are all here in the alchemy. And yeah. Oh, Dia Therese, that's the initiation right there. Yeah, you are You are absolutely qualified. There's no turning people away because of, the vast spectrum of things we judge ourselves about. I would say if you are a very young being, you're not probably emotionally, spiritually mature enough to handle the initiations. So teens and young 20 somethings, I would say, go get some more real life initiation before we dive into this intensity. Sometimes it's intense, sometimes it's this joyous beauty. It's a ride, and depends on what you need. It really depends on what you bring. And the different archetypes will come in very precisely to show you where you are needing to bring their shadows into the light or amplify. Maybe you think, oh, I'm already such a great mother. I love everyone. But watch you giving yourself away, martyring, over caretaking, depleting yourself, especially in the collective feminine. And then we learn how to actually resource and surrender and receive. That's the initiation. So each archetype will bring you into balance, empower you. And because it's in the light of the inner marriage, we are looking at, again, where our masculine, feminine, where our splitting is in our divinity and our primal embodiment, where we're still playing out those polarity pairs so that we can come into such presence, such grace in our lives. This is very much how to make it real in the world. Just like Alexis's story, it's become very real in the world. So I would say, Dia Therese, it's not too late, and there is no thing that would keep you from this beautiful journey, except the stories in your own mind that it's time to step through them in love. And you've already traveled with me, like Stella in the rainbow body. You know the power of the container to move energy, to dive deeper into this kind of work and the growth that occurs. Yeah, so any other questions, you can just pop them in there. And like I said, we are listening. And this time, this is the portal, the devotional discount portal is here for you. So take advantage of it and come through. And we set sail in January. We set sail January 11th is our first agreement setting field. So we would love to have you with us. And please reach out, Angela, about payment plan options and ways of making it possible.
Can I mention one thing?
Yeah.
I just want to mention that the theme of Heros Gamos makes this one really special, especially because we have a man who is also co-facilitating this time. So this is the first time that we have done that in this circle, at least. And the gates are open not only for women, but also for men to come through. And that makes this turn of this process really special. So I wanted to acknowledge that.
Yeah, very powerful time where there's so much apparent division in the world. We look at, the way in the last few years that people have been so divided, and the male female polarity pair and mending and healing any division in that is crucial right now, to honor that whether we're in a male or female body, we both have male and female qualities, essence, light attributes. We are here in bodies as souls. We are souls, and souls are non-gendered. So we come together. Every part of that spectrum, whatever you call it, is welcome. And we're here in inclusivity and love and compassion. So this is a really safe and sacred space to be in our humanity and open to the beauty of our divinity together. Yeah, let's lift this up now with a beautiful celebratory song. This is a song, the other song we danced to was a song that came through me, through my channel, my first round with these 13 moon archetypes. So this next song as well is called The Transmission, and I think this is a wonderful way to lift it to the one and to dance and to celebrate the return of the light.
We have received the transmission, heard the mythic call. We have come across the vast sea in service to true love. The activation has begun. We have no choice now but to burn brighter, to illuminate and inspire. We have come to transmit a frequency of unconditional love, to transmute the collective shadow through personal alchemy. With compassion, we raise the planetary vibration, high frequency, magnetic coherency attractors. We resound, sound the sacred sound, remembrance brings the light down to open the portal, heaven on earth, open. Awaken each and every heart. Awaken, soul stars. Awaken and remember who you truly are. The awakening has begun through the emissaries of divine love. The awakening has begun. The portal is open.
The portal is open. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for being with us in this magical time of solstice, on this return of the light. We rejoice each other's presence. I bow to each and every one of you. I'm going to put everybody, hopefully I can take off our spotlights and put everybody on. Let's see if it works. Hello. So much love, everyone. So good to be with you. So beautiful to feel all our hearts. And as we move into this time, remember that the light is returning through us. We are lifting the lamp together. Thank you for the work you've done. Thank you for the beauty you've shared. It's been truly joyful. We are celebrating so much. Only love. Only love.